Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, Maine, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Pam, as Sarah is off this week.
Still in Texas.
Working in Texas.
Working, we say that with air quotes.
Air quotes, yes. She'll be back next week. We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by UPI, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings, 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Roopers, Beverage, and Redemption. When it comes to the weekend refreshments, don't botch it, squatch it. At 6 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at roopersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Roopers.
A little later on in this episode, the party will be starting.
Party starts at Lydia Media's Lunch Bunch.
That's right. We'll be sampling. What are we sampling today?
We are sampling the Sasquatch IPA. It's a New England IPA.
All righty, as part of our Tasting Tales. If you would like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com. Today's guest is the fundraising, donations, and sponsorships coordinator for the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation, Chase Cote. How you doing?
Good morning. How's it going?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Much appreciated. We're going to talk all about the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation coming up in just a bit. Right now, let's take a look at headlines for Thursday, September the 19th.
The Sun Journal reports that Poland, Minot, and Mechanic Falls voters approved the $28.4 million Regional School Unit 16 budget. Superintendent Amy Hediger said, "We're grateful to the community for their support and engagement throughout the process."
Congressman Jared Golden announced that the Lewiston and Oxford Hills school districts will receive $500,000 in federal funds to bolster school and public safety. The funding can be used for specialized training for students and staff, deterrence measures such as locks and lighting, and coordination with law enforcement.
Maine will receive $36 million through the Inflation Reduction Act to help low-income homeowners and renters through heat pump installations. An estimated 3,000 Mainers making $74,000 a year or less are expected to benefit from the rebates. More information can be found at efficiencymaine.com.
The Lewiston Fire Department, Central Maine Medical Center, and Andwell Health Partners are offering a free car seat safety inspection today at 55 North Temple Street. No appointment or registration is needed. Drop in anytime between 2 to 6 p.m.
Mainers looking to dispose of household hazardous waste safely may do so on Saturday at the Lewiston Depot at 424 River Road. The drive-through and drop-off service is open to all Maine residents from 8 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. For more information, visit the Androscoggin Valley Council of Governments website at avcog.com.
Sounds like a nursery rhyme.
I was like, the alphabet? It's not how I usually say the alphabet, but...
In today's weather, cloudy today with a high of 78, cloudy tomorrow with a high of 68, and a chance of rain on Saturday with temps in the mid-60s.
Do you think we've officially seen the last 80 degrees?
I'm going on record. Yep. Our days of beautiful blue skies and sunshine and 80-degree temperatures may be at an end.
I may be with you on this one.
You weren't convinced last time I made the call, and rightfully so.
And in sports, Trevor Story homered and scored the game's winning run on Jarren Duran's 8th inning RBI single as the Red Sox beat the Rays 2-1. They'll play again tonight at 7 p.m. in Tampa Bay. Bates
College field hockey beat Thomas College 2-1. We have a Sox fan in here. I love it. And Bates men's soccer shut out the University of Southern Maine 3-0.
Destiny Moores scored the lone goal of the game as Central Maine Community College women's soccer beat Southern Maine Community College 1-0.
The 1-1 Patriots visit the 1-1 New York Jets tonight at 8. Primetime football for our Pats.
Staying up to watch it?
No. Are you kidding me? I'll watch the introductions and then probably go to bed.
That night. The Maine Nordiques home opener is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against the stinking New Jersey Titans at the Coliseum in Lewiston, and Saturday at 7.
So stinky New Jersey?
Should we have his mic on?
I think we should.
Nick will appreciate that.
He will. Bates College football hosts Trinity Saturday at 1 p.m. at Garcelon Field in Lewiston. And on the high school scoreboard in field hockey, it was Levitt shutting out Winslow 4-0. Lisbon beat Oak Hill 1-0. And in volleyball, Great New Gloucester Freeport lost to Lake Region 3-1. Well, Pam, right now it is time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for September the 19th, shall we? We're going to start off with Allison Sweeney. She's 48 years old today.
Another Biggest Loser.
Yes.
Yes.
You know that one.
Well, guilty pleasure admitted that I watched The Biggest Loser that Sarah was not impressed by.
Not her favorite show in the world. Allison also played Samantha Brady on Days of Our Lives. Comedian and talk show host Jimmy Fallon, celebrating birthday number 50 today.
I know that one too.
Yeah, you're 2 for 2 today.
I know.
Pretty
Look at me
good.
go.
He became famous on Saturday Night Live. Now he hosts The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
He's pretty funny. I just don't stay up that late.
He's a funny dude. Yeah, they have clips on the YouTube.
I don't stay up that late to watch.
Oh, Pam, you may be 3 for 3. Have you ever seen The King of Queens?
Yes, but it wasn't a show I watched regularly.
Victor Williams from The King of Queens is 54 years old today. He played Deacon Palmer, who is the best friend of Kevin James's character.
Yeah.
No, Victory Williams.
We officially have our first peanut gallery of the Lunch Bunch podcast. I like it.
I would agree.
Oh, this is a good one. Sherry O'Terry from Saturday Night Live. Not familiar with that one. Chase, that one ring a bell?
The name sounds familiar, but
Yeah, she's 62 today. She and Will Ferrell did some unforgettable sketches together, like the Spartan cheerleaders.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was
I
her.
remember that act. But
Yeah. Musician Lita Ford,
All right.
66 today, one of the founders of the Runaways band. It was an all-female rock band back in the late 70s. Groundbreaking stuff.
The name sounds familiar, but I couldn't name a song.
She was the lead guitarist for the band. She also went on to a very successful solo career in the 80s and 90s, and I think gained national fame with her duet with Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever, which reached number 8 on the Billboard 100.
There you go.
TV personality Joan London is 74 today. She was a co-host of ABC's Good Morning America from 1980 to 87. And rounding out FPBs for September the 19th, singer-songwriter Paul Williams, 84 years old today.
Nope.
Nothing?
No.
Have you ever seen Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah, but it's been a while.
He played Little Enos Burdette. He was also nominated for an Oscar for his song Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie. Nothing? All right. We started off great.
Started off good.
Started off strong.
Fell flat.
And then we sputtered to the finish line. We are going to let you know that if you need a heat pump, you can check the cover. If you need auto repair, that's under the cover. Independent mortgage lender, that's out back. These are just a few of the resources you'll find in the September issue of Uncle Andy's Digest.
Out now.
Along with jokes, funny stories, news items, shout-outs, business spotlights, an events calendar, and advertiser directory, Uncle Andy's Digest is your guide to, well, just about anything. Find them online at uncleandys.com. Our guest in studio is the fundraising, donations, and sponsorships coordinator for the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation, Chase Cote. Chase, let's talk a little bit about the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation. What exactly is it?
yeah. So last year, after the tragic events that occurred in Lewiston, a few of my friends wanted to run a softball tournament for the Walker and Morin families. Just going to be a 6 to 10 team tournament, something quick, easy planning, done by 3 p.m. Nothing crazy. And my buddy Derek kind of told me about it. I said, Derek, let me help in any way I can. We kind of had a meeting and talked about what it would look like. And then from there, it just, people started reaching out to us as soon as word got out that we were planning a softball tournament. My wife works in marketing PR. She's been in all that. So we brought her in to kind of help with planning events because she had experience. I think there's 14 of us was our committee for that 2-week planning period. And we just, it was flawless because everyone came to us and it just got so big. We had to cap it at 25 teams for the sake of timing for one day. The raffle and auction, people were just donating left and right all over the country. Sports teams, athletes, businesses were just sending us stuff. And then it just became what it was. We decided to donate to all the families of the 18 victims because it just got so big that it just didn't feel right to stick with just 2 families. And and after that success, we really enjoyed the process and helping people and raising all that money. And we wanted to formalize, so we created the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation earlier this spring. We kind of trimmed our board down to 9 people, and everyone that was involved last year is still involved committee-wise, helping with specific things. We're a little more organized, but our plan is to, this year, host a tournament, raffle, and auction, donate to the 18 families again, the Maine Resiliency Center, which has become an amazing resource for everyone that was involved, which is over 150 people. Most people don't know that. And then a small portion of the funds will hold for future donation campaigns.
So this event blew up bigger than anyone could have expected.
It was unbelievable. Every day, like the phone calls or the emails I was getting from people, I was just baffled. I don't even know how people were finding out about me or Derek or my wife or our friend Nick, and it just went crazy.
I'm thinking maybe after the event, people wanted to do something, but they didn't know how.
I think that's exactly what it was. They found out that something was being planned, and that was the first thing they found out about. That was a good way for them to help, like Valley Beverage. We obviously do beverages. Do you need drinks? Sure, we'll take drinks. We had a drink tent. We sold drinks, and all the proceeds went to us. Hammond Lumber has been a huge partner. They found out about us. A friend of ours works there from the softball world, actually, and he said Hammond wants to do something. They want to be involved. Now our board includes three people that helped with the original planning. They've backed us financially if we needed to cover some sort of it, because every event has expenses. But last year, our event, very, very little expenses. Everyone was volunteering. Everyone was donating their time, their products, their services. Both City of Lewiston, City of Auburn were extremely cooperative. The state of Maine with permitting and things they just rushed everything for us, no costs, and it was amazing.
It's nice when you have the people surrounding you like that. There's no real obstacles. It makes planning and getting the event going much easier.
Yeah, we just organized it all. That's all we did. We just sorted it out, made it the easiest way to raise as much money as possible. So,
like you said, it was supposed to be a one-off event.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 6 to 10 team little softball tournament and raise a little money and for 2 families and that were involved in the softball world at one point or another, and it just became what it is.
I think that says a lot about our community too, when there's an event like this that takes place and the community is able to surround it and help it and provide and be able to participate in some capacity to help whatever foundation that it's going to. You really see our community come out and support that, whether it be the Maine Strong Foundation or, we had the summer block party. It was supposed to be a one and done thing, and then all of a sudden, 9 years later.
Like, what have I done?
Yeah. But, and then everyone expects it.
Yes,
you set
for sure.
Such a high bar.
Yes, yep, 100%. But I think that speaks volumes for the people in our community, the people and, businesses and things like that. It's great.
Definitely,
I love it.
Definitely. It was nerve-wracking because it was such a big event after what occurred at 2 locations that were hosting pretty much events with a lot of people. So that was definitely an obstacle, but it seemed like that's what everyone needed at the time, especially being outside. And we had the police departments for both cities were there, so everyone felt safe, and I think we were seeing people that were there that night coming out in public for the first time after 2.5 weeks of just I can't even imagine what they were going through. So it definitely felt good to see people like that showing up too.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
What was the vibe like?
Everyone got along. We had some volunteer umps, and some were from the baseball world. And softball's a little different rules-wise, especially it's a one-pitch tournament. So when you come up to bat, you basically have a full count. You see one pitch. So there were some rules, questions, or issues at some point in time, and no team was arguing with umps. No one was fighting about it. They just came up to us after and said, hey, FYI, this happened, just write it down, note it for later, next year, whatever. That's one example. I mean, you walked around. I had someone come up and donate a bunch of hand warmers, like box of hand warmers, because it was cold. It was November. So we were passing out hand warmers to everyone. I mean, people were just getting along. There was no problems at all. No confrontation.
Yeah, people weren't there to win. They were there for a whole nother reason, just to be a part of it.
Yeah, and that's kind of our goal with the softball, is that there's a lot of tournaments that are competitive. This is not one of them. We encourage people to sign up. We have like businesses signing up and putting teams in, and they're like, we have 2 people that have played softball before. And we encourage that. It's just one pitch. It's not a hard sport. It's not a dangerous sport. If you lose, you have fun. You meet new people. Support a great cause.
How much money was raised?
$207,000.
Wow.
Just over $207,000 in 2 weeks of planning, which is very fitting.
So impressive.
Yeah, very fitting for Maine. So I couldn't believe it when I got the final number. I was like, that's just amazing.
Too ironic, yeah.
You mentioned your wife is in the PR world. Is this like a part-time job for you now?
Yeah, I'm both of us. She's sort of the president of our board now, just because of her event experience. She works in social media marketing now, but she has experience in all those kind of buckets. And yeah, it's definitely like a part-time job. Especially, we had all that time this year to plan, but as you guys know, seeking sponsors and things like that, it's hard. A lot of people donate to a lot of causes, so they kind of prioritize their time when you can reach out, when they want to sponsor, when they can provide a raffle or an auction item. It's hard to get that in the spring for an event in the fall, things like that. So definitely picking up now. It's a hard part-time job right now, but I love it, honestly. I love the rat race a little bit.
So when is the next event?
So this year's event is going to be October 12th and 13th. It's the Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, and we chose that weekend because if it rains, we can move the softball tournament to Sunday, Monday instead of Saturday, Sunday, or however. Let's just hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
And then the raffle and the auction will be Saturday and Sunday, and there's going to be a kids area Saturday and Sunday in Ingersoll Arena. We have a ton of food trucks, and it'll be at both Ron Moran Memorial Fields, formerly Randall Road, and then Joe Walker and Tricia Aslan Fields at Pettingill Park in Auburn.
Where can folks go to get more information?
MaineStrongFoundation.org has just about anything you need, and if you can't find it there, hit the contact button, send a message, and someone on our board will get it, and you'll have an answer pretty quick. Our social media pages are constantly updated. We have a great marketing team and social team. So Facebook Maine Strong Foundation, or Maine Strong Memorial Foundation, I think it is on there. And we have LinkedIn, Instagram, and it's always updated with information.
What does it mean to you personally to be involved so heavily with this event?
It means a lot. I'm really good friends with Ron Moran's son, who was tragically killed that night. He was in my wedding. Grew up with him, became really close kind of in middle school, high school, and he's like a brother to me. So that means a lot because that's one family I just know on a personal level. The other 17 families, I've heard, like Joe Walker, I'm familiar with him. Didn't know him that well, but I know a lot of people that know him. And I've talked to some family members of other victims, and just you see the impact you have, and yeah, it means a lot for sure.
The event is happening October 12th through the 13th. Are there any availabilities for teams?
There's a few spots left. We are close to full. The number was kind of variable, so we definitely have over 40 teams for the 2-day tournament with a cap of 50. So there's a few spots left. If you're interested, go to MaineStrongFoundation.org and sign up.
Is there any other information that you'd like to share about the foundation or the tournament?
So the kids area at Ingersoll, we're going to have bounce houses, face painting, things like that. So we really encourage families to come out. Our raffle and auction will be available online and in person. All the bids for the auction will be online, but you can go see some of the items in person, which we have items from the Red Sox, the Patriots, the Bruins, Celtics, and working on some other items that are pretty excited about. Some great raffle packages. We have about 25 to 30 raffle packages. Finalizing those numbers this week, actually. We'll have some special guests. The Maine Cabin Masters will be there Saturday. Not sure exact details about that, but they will be somewhere at the event doing something. We'll have Slugger there from 12 to 1 on Saturday. Julia Gagnon from American Idol. She'll be doing the national anthem on Saturday morning. And we'll have apparel, food, 5 food trucks between the 2 locations. Yeah, we're going to have some vendors. And, yeah, come out.
Are you still looking for items for the raffle and silent auction?
We are now seeking just cash donations for permitting. We have to get our raffle permit in 2 weeks before we want to go live. So
Okay.
we're trying to go live online October 2nd. So we're trying to get that permit in this week. So if someone wants to donate cash, we can use them as a raffle sponsor.
Okay.
Where their name will be advertised online and at the site. And like this package is sponsored by Lydia Media. So you'll have some visibility there.
Nice.
Another concert of Lydia Media.
The peanut gallery again.
Yes. And folks, if you'd like more information on the tournament or the Maine Strong Memorial Foundation, you can go online to mainstrongfoundation.org. Is there a fundraising goal for this year?
Yeah, so we have a lofty goal of $350,000 this year.
Wow.
So we're creeping up slowly. I know things will pick up. The raffle was amazing last year. The raffle was the big driver. So yeah, we wanted to set the bar high.
You certainly did. Yeah, that's
I want the bar to fly.
All right, Chase. We have we like to end the show. Well, we're not actually ending the show with 3 random questions today because you're going to hang out for Tasting Tales, right?
Absolutely.
Because we have an IPA that we need to sample from Roopers Beverage and Redemption.
And it's 16 ounces, so
No,
Yeah.
taste and pills.
So we have some work to do. Question number 1, Chase, what is your favorite place to visit and why?
I've been to a lot of places I like. I'll say every year my family, we rent a cabin on Lake Pemaquid. It's the one standing vacation we do every year. So I'd probably say that's just a standing memorable thing every year. So that's got to be it.
What are the best things about it?
A week of absolutely nothing on the lake. And I have a 1-year-old now, so she's at a fun stage where, swimming and playing in the lake and camping and things like that. Or she really enjoys.
All right. Which part of the roller coaster do you typically ride? In the front, middle, or back? Do you like
It's
roller?
very, very rare you'll catch me on a roller coaster. But I'd probably ride right in the middle.
The safest spot.
I'm not a fan of heights and I'm not a fan of lines. So
Gotcha. I like the back.
I find as I get older, I can't do the wooden roller coasters anymore.
Yeah, those give me a headache.
They jostle me around a little too much.
Yep.
But yeah, the steel ones, I've ridden in the front of a couple of them, and that's the way to go. Like Chase said, it's a long line. You're gonna wait 3 times longer than anyone else, but it's worth it.
At the big parks, I highly recommend those fast passes. I mean, you're literally doubling your ticket cost, but no lines.
you're getting on all the rides.
Yes.
in your day there. So
I got a fast pass at Disney the one time that we went, and I got it for Space Mountain. We got to Space Mountain, and it was broken.
Oh.
Yeah, good times. Good, just the happiest place on earth.
Where you were like, just my luck.
I couldn't get enough of Disney. I tell you what. Chase, who would you most like to see in concert, and why? Past or present?
well, I'll say this one because it really hurt that I didn't get to see him live. Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I lived in Boston at the time he passed away. He'd gone to Boston 4 or 5 years in a row, and I said, I was just really busy at the time with school. And I said, he'll be back next year. I'll go see him next year with a friend of mine, and he passed away like a few months after that, and I was like super bummed about it. So
I'm right with you on that one. I've never seen Tom Petty.
Yeah.
But my goodness.
I would have loved to have seen him for sure.
That would have been
been
a heck of a show.
Been lucky to see a lot of good. Now if an artist like that's up there,
Yeah.
in 70s or 80s that comes up that I'm like dropping everything to go see him.
Right.
That
Just
can't
do
happen
it.
again.
Yeah.
All right, Chase, I'm getting word from the producers. Your answers were so good, you qualified for a bonus question.
Oh, perfect.
All right. And this is one we like to ask from time to time. What did you learn about yourself during COVID?
On a simple level, I learned how productive I can be when I'm locked in my house by myself or just with my wife. Yeah, working from home, that was a learning experience. I've always looked at myself as a homebody, but I learned that being stuck in your house for that long, you find out you're not really a homebody. But yeah, I think those two things for sure.
All right. Is it time, Pam?
It's time.
It's time for Tasting Tales, brought to you by our friends at Roopers, Beverage, and Redemption. Today, we are sampling a limited release Sasquatch IPA. It's a New England IPA with a 4.5% ABV, celebrating over 30 years of dedication to Androscoggin County. Baxter partnered with the Roop family to honor Stephen Roop, a man of honor, courage, generosity, and grace, one who is loved greatly, that loved for free, and will live on in our hearts forever and always. To know him was to love him, and we hope that his memory of brightening every occasion can be enjoyed with each sip of your Sasquatch experience.
Love it. Describes him perfectly. Are we ready?
Let's do it. I'm gonna have to come in more often.
Tuesday, we were drinking bourbon.
We'll do a follow-up after the
That's
tournament.
right.
All right.
Alrighty. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it definitely smells like an IPA.
It does.
Here we go.
Very smooth for an IPA. I haven't had that one.
There is a crispness to it.
Yes.
Yep.
It's definitely IPA flavor forward, but it doesn't seem to have that like sticky or thick where it just lingers there, and I like that.
No, like harsh aftertaste. It's very smooth.
Very smooth. They certainly did Mr. Roop justice.
They sure did.
With
And they
this
have,
one.
on the can, there's a Sasquatch carrying a golf bag. So, I mean, a great beer to play golf with, right?
Yes.
Actually, playing golf next week with Stephanie.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Maybe we'll bring a couple of these along.
I remember when I was working for the radio stations, there was a Christmas parade in the Oxford Hills. And I had one of our station vehicles all lettered up and everything, and I was driving it in the parade, and the Roopers van was right behind us. And I'm driving down, and everybody's waving and going crazy. And I'm like, wow, these people really love the radio station. This is awesome. I love it. And then as I got closer, I'm like, I saw they weren't really looking at the car. They were looking behind me, and it was Steve in the Sasquatch suit that was between the Roopers van and my vehicle. That's
how
okay, though.
disappointed
That's okay.
I felt so loved for just a fraction
Just
of
a fraction of a second. But if you're going to play second fiddle to anyone,
Yes.
Steve Roop is the guy.
You'd be okay with that.
So
Anybody would be okay with that.
Yes. Safe to say we would all recommend the Sasquatch IPA.
I think so.
All righty.
Yes. Good job, Baxter.
Thank you, Baxter. Thank you, Roopers. And we're going to go ahead and finish our little sampling here.
Go grab your... I don't know if these are sold in 6 or 12
They are
4-packs.
It's a 16-ounce can, and you can get them in 4-packs.
There we go.
Yep.
Go grab your 4-pack today.
That is going to do it for us. Chase, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
We send you off with a little beverage. Not too shabby, right?
Like
All
I
right.
said, you're gonna have a hard time getting rid of me now.
If you do any more interviews, say, well, where's my beer?
Make sure it's on a Thursday.
Remember how we were talking about how you set the bar high with the events? Same thing here. So
Tell them I was on the lunch bunch and we had beer. So what's the deal here? Tomorrow is our weekend preview, and we have a special guest. Aaron Morse from Bates College is going to come in and talk about their fall season. Have yourselves a great Thursday, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
We officially have our first peanut gallery of the Lunch Bunch podcast.